The Chicago area is holding right now 72 hours before the first 100-degree reading in 11 years here in Chicago. This 100-degree reading is likely to happen at both Midway Airport and the official recording station of O'Hare Airport. The reason why it's expected to get so hot, despite the fact that peak heating is over with, has to do with the way all of these tropical storms and even a hurricane is interacting with our heat dome right now. There tends to be copious amounts of sinking air, which takes place a few hundred miles outside of these storm systems, which produces compressional warming. Now, normally, in the first week of September, the Chicago area many times receives more 90s in that first week than we do in the month of August, says meteorologist Tom Skilling. This is due to the harvesting of the corn crop, which helps reduce those dew points, and lower dew point air is more efficient at heating. However, another reason why it can get into the 90s during the first week of September has to do with the hurricane season. Well, this year, with the hurricane season starting a little bit early in a certain way, or these powerful hurricanes happening at the same time we have a heat dome here in the Midwest, it will be hotter than usual. So it's not the fact that temperatures are going to be hotter now than what they were in July. That's true, but it's more like instead of the temperatures being in the mid-90s in the first week of September, like they usually are when there is an interaction with this number of tropical storms and storm systems, temperatures are going to be hotter than the mid-90s due to the fact it is still August. Not only that, we still have the main heat dome that's been around this country all summer has not fallen apart. In fact, the decimeter level, the height of this heat dome is just unbelievable. It's almost like, why is nobody talking about it? No one's talking about it because it's been here all summer and people have already spoken about it back in June. Back in June when it first started, it was a 591 decimeter heat dome, and that's when it was producing extraordinary heat across Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana. That's when there was talk about 100-degree heat developing over in Baton Rouge and places like that. But at this point, we're up at a 602 decimeter heat dome. That's what's forecasted to develop by the end of this week as it moves over the Chicago area. The entire Midwest Corn Belt right now is under an excessive heat warning for the next several days. The heat doesn't really take over Chicago until Wednesday, in a certain way Tuesday, but the real heat comes in on Thursday. And let me just explain, we have to explain this a little bit better for the Chicagoans over here. You know, over the years, we've had a number of incidents where the Chicago area has been under heat advisories, perhaps an excessive heat warning every now and then, but I'm not sure about the excessive heat warning, but we've had times we've been under heat advisories for temperatures in the low 90s with heat indices around 105, sometimes even low 90s with the heat index around 110. Here's the thing, though. All of those events also consisted of a breeze. And the truth of the matter is, when you have a breeze, the heat index chart is no longer accurate. But the National Weather Service doesn't take that into consideration. But there was a chill in the air during all of these events. This upcoming Thursday, there will be no chill in the air. That's because when you have a wind, when temperatures are hotter than 95 degrees, the wind actually makes it feel hotter out than what it would be ordinarily. So this is something which is going to feel extraordinarily hot for the people living in Chicago. That's because we haven't felt stuff like this in 11 years. And even the times where you might think we have felt this, we really have not. You're going to see Thursday afternoon, it's going to feel like something like you really have not felt heat like this before in 11 years at least. This is St. Louisans are well familiar with this type of heat. And, you know, even though it's 100 degrees and St. Louis is more into the mid and upper 90s, they've had plenty of 100-degree readings in the St. Louis area, especially in recent summers. So this heat dome is finally making it up this far north. For those people who are not in the Midwest, you will be shocked to hear that This is the very first time that the heat is making it this far north. This is Chicago's first interaction with serious heat. Sure, the National Weather Service has issued heat advisories earlier this summer, but we have not had any serious heat here in the Chicago area. These advisories are issued as a precaution. We have not had serious heat in Chicago, and in fact, even back on August 10th, 2021, when dew points were approaching 80 degrees, there still was a breeze. So there still was a chill in the air. This Thursday afternoon, 72 hours from now, there will be no chill in the air as temperatures rise above 95 degrees. Forecast high, both Midway and O'Hare Airport, 100 degrees, along with many other locations within the Chicago area. 100 degrees. Not only that, the European computer model shows Green Bay, Wisconsin, high 100 degrees. The 100s extend upper 90s to near 100. They extend all over the place. Wednesday will be the final heat for places well into the upper Midwest. We have temperatures reaching 100 degrees on Tuesday already for portions of the upper Midwest. We have a tropical storm galore going on in the Gulf of Mexico. A whole train, a whole parade of them. 5 right in a row of storm systems. Each and every one could become into a tropical storm. We have a tropical storm warning in effect as we speak for Corpus Christi, Texas. Whether it becomes a tropical storm or not, there's a warning in effect for that area. And they're just all lined up. So we'll have to see if this heat dome could survive all of these tropical storms. The heat dome that's been here all summer long, that has finally moved away from Phoenix, although it looks like it's coming back, but all summer long, we'll see if the heat dome could survive. It's well known that the heat domes come to an end due to hurricanes, not because peak heating is over with. That's why I don't really understand why the fact that peak heating is over with, why that's even a variable in forecasting the Chicago weather for this Thursday. The sun remains brutally hot. The days remain long, well over 12 hours long, and we have compressional warming due to the sinking of air taking place in the Midwest, which is only going to intensify later this week. Those people who enjoy the heat will love this week, especially those of us who have not really experienced it yet here in the Midwest, believe it or not. And those people that aren't interested, that's very nice. You're not interested. So you could just wait till the weekend in Chicago, where some forecasters think you might even need a jacket. Have a great day. You've been listening to Weather with Enthusiasm.